Alright everyone, welcome to my first impressions of Blood Bowl 3. This is coming from someone who really wants to get into Blood Bowl because a game just launched. I've always had an interest in Blood Bowl. I missed the Blood Bowl 2 launch 10 years ago. There's a new community, there's new players, there's new interest. Now is the time to get into Blood Bowl 3 and have fun. Create a team, create a league, create all those new friendships that come along with a new game. So as you watch this first impressions, that's something I really want you to consider when watching it. So when I mention certain features or mechanics missing, or even a lacking manual or no basic save function, or really lacking single player, as someone who's new to the series, I really want you to consider, try and see it from my perspective as someone who really wants to get involved. Now, let's dive into this. This currently sits at a mostly negative on Steam, and in my opinion, that's super justified. I brought these back up. I don't like how their do not display again is auto-selected. Sometimes I just want to look at these at a later time when I feel like reading, right? I don't think I'm the only one who feels that way. Sometimes I just don't want to read a block of text right when I buy a game. So having the do not display again auto-checked is a mistake, in my opinion. Let's go into settings. We're just going to review the settings real quick, see what we can confirm. Obviously, we can't click on the settings without first acknowledging that. That's kind of obnoxious. Click on options. We're going to see what kind of graphics we can deal with. I have a relatively fancy system, 3080 with an i7, lots of memory for all the games that I don't play. As you see here, we have different ways to adjust your graphics, your textures, your shadows, your effects. So if you have a relatively weak or overpowered system or kind of mediocre right in the middle system, here's all the ways you can adjust your current settings. Next, we're going to go into game. There is actually some banging music playing in the background, but due to YouTube and copyright laws and people wanting YouTube money from me that I don't get, it is muted. Here's all the options to adjust any general settings. There is some readability. This is one thing I want to point out. So if you do have a color deficiency, here's all the options you have to adjust the game to make it easier to play. Obviously, here's a few other things you change if you wanted to select these. And then the camera can go inverted. One thing you'll notice that's missing is hotkeys. A game in 2023 releasing without a basic save function that's on the roadmap 6 months from now, and hotkeys brings a lot of concern to me, and probably why it's sitting at a mostly negative rating. But this is a first impressions, not a review. Here's the sound. Everything's max volume. Let's hit cancel. Those are your basic settings. Now, since this is a live service game, I'm using the game word loosely whenever I talk about live service because I don't like live services. I don't have the time for battle passes, and it's just something I just don't have the time for. Let's go to the shop. So the big thing we're going to talk about on the shop is, one, how expensive it is. Because, right, it's the store. You're going to go there, you're going to buy cosmetics. Team sizes are 11. So if you want to buy one helmet, that helmet is only good for one player. So if you want to put your team in a bunch of fancy helmets, let's grab our orc friends because orcs are the best. Click on this helmet. We would need to buy this helmet, or at least a helmet, up to 11 times. So if we have 2 orcs or 2 chewers, then we need to buy them each a helmet. That helmet is not transferable to any other orc. It's also not transferable to any other faction. Overall, I think they're really overdoing it on the amount of cosmetics they're going to have. They're going to have to maintain them. So it's really, in my opinion, going to limit if they decide to add new characters. I don't know Blood Bowl right now at this moment in time. I don't know if there's other orcs added beyond the orcs we currently have that could be an expansion, right? And it's really going, I think it's just more limiting. And obviously, like, now you have, look at how many different sets you have to buy. You have to buy 11 heads, 11 right shoulders, 11 left shoulders, 11 right arms, 11 left arms, and 11 body pieces. If you want a complete legendary team, you're looking at the cost between $500 and $1,100 USD from the United States of America. I don't know if it's adjusted per the country, so that's something to make note of. There's also your standard warp stone. I really think the devs have never played a free-to-play game. One, there's a $100 feature missing. There's also no best value. It's also not very flashy. So I don't know what happens when you buy one of these, but here we go. That's what it looks like, and obviously there's what the graphic looks like up close. Really feels like an afterthought to me. So Blood Bowl is going to cost you $30 USD. I unfortunately bought the $50 version, and I don't regret it. I did get 2 days early access, and I didn't really do anything with it. I just don't have the time to play 2 days early, and now I finally do have some time to check it out. All right, here's all the teams we could create if we wanted to make a new team. We wanted to make our own team. Right now, currently, I play mainly single player. So as a single player, it's really, really lacking. And if you watch this channel, you probably play a lot of single player. If you play Blood Bowl, I'd imagine you play a lot of multiplayer. So in my current opinion, what's happened is, why is my tutorial not saved? I did that tutorial yesterday. Okay, super cool. Got to redo the tutorial. Not sure why. In my opinion, Blood Bowl is built primarily free to play, live service first, or they're at least trying to work on the live service, multiplayer in mind. Even though there's basic multiplayer features missing, such as a replay, spectator, and currently we're a preseason league, they're focusing too much on PvP. Let me know if I'm wrong down in the comments. But my dudes, I know some games survive on single player or multiplayer, but I mean, you have a whole single player that is also around too. Now let's go in. Here's all the current options. We're gonna start our first match, our first matcheroni. You know, if it would just let me click without clicking that confirm, it would be much better. Like, that doesn't need to be an auto pop-up that I need to deal with. They rather like annoy you with it and make you click on that do not display again. We're gonna go player versus AI. We're gonna click our team. I want to be the big bad Orkies, the green skin gut rippers, and we're gonna take on some terrible elves because we want to stomp the elves into the ground, stomp the little elvish ears off. Dwarves are boring. They're just short. Come on, give me elves, bonehead. Come on, just give me the. I mean, celestial. No, that's humans. Dark elf, dark magic. Going down. Start the match. All right. So currently this game is plagued with a bunch of issues, such as bugs. I've also heard they stole a bunch of, not stole, but removed a bunch of voiceovers from Blood Bowl 2 and put them into Blood Bowl 3. Now we're going to completely rain on the parade. That does look like it runs really bad. It feels really unoptimized in my opinion. I do have a relatively decent rig. So features that are missing. The important features. The ones that I consider important. A manual. I don't know how you release a game that has dice and a lot of mechanics without a manual. We're gonna click through that. Like, there's so many things that are going to pop up. This is not covered in the tutorial. Nothing right here is covered in the tutorial. I have no idea what this really means. It's petty cash. So we hover over this. It tells us we receive an extra test if a player gets KO'd, extra team training, bribes. We could bribe the guy, I guess, and wandering apothecaries if one of our people is no longer long for this world and dies. I don't want an extra. I don't know how overpowered these features are. I don't know how underpowered they are. Let me know down in the comments if these are overpowered or underpowered. But that's not really explained. Then you kind of enter the basic setup. This isn't super explained in the tutorial at all. So obviously if you're a Blood Bowl player, you understand how to set up your offensive or defensive line. But as someone who's new, who doesn't really understand the mechanics, what I get defaulted with is perfectly fine with me until I really learn how to play. So we're not going to position anyone right now. I don't really like the color of this dirt field. As you see, we have dice right here, D3, open player, kicking removed, and it's all timed, right? We can't pause this. So we don't really have a lot of time to move. So the elves, fortunately enough, basically an onside kick for them. We can maneuver into this ball. The tutorial is really lacking. And you go through like 3 challenges, and there's like 4 different things. They don't explain the mechanics. They basically just tell you, move the player here. This is how you throw the ball. This is how you perform an assist. But there's no strategy or anything explained, no tactics, and really no rhyme or reason. These buttons down here aren't really explained. These would be things you would find in a manual. Obviously, you can sit here and read them, but you only have end of turn 1 minute. Lots of things not covered. And then obviously you have this dice roll right here. No manual, no understanding the dice at this moment in time. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move all our units up. So what we do right there is we left click one, they move up, and the basic idea is to form a cage around your unit or your orc. And I'm not sure which one carries the ball best. That's something that's something that you would find in a manual or tutorial, like which unit you would prefer to pick up a ball, which one would run it, which one runs farther. That's all things you'll have to learn over time. And so we're kind of just going to close this gap a little bit, perform a wall. We don't really want anyone getting around. So we're like right here, he could run through this little opening right here, or they could, no, they can't run through that opening either. So basically we have no openings up, and we're going to put that unit, he's fine where he's at. Actually, I don't really know how to make cages that well. He's going to move over one. We're going to move out of that unit's area. That's weird that there's like a weird test right there. And we're just going to hit end turn. So what's not explained to you are the basic mechanics of the game. So here it looks like there's 8 turns, and I believe you play 2 rounds. Not explained in the tutorial at all. So that's just something you're going to have to assume as a player. Ooh, he's moving. He got all the way in. And then now you have your dice roll. So if you hover each one of them, we can do attacker down. This is our attacker. Or we can do a push, which is going to push him away. So obviously we would more so want the attacker down. Take him out. You know, you walk into here, you get a punch in the face. Turnover. Once again, not explained how turnovers work. So we can't really, I think, I've watched a few videos. Turnovers happen when a player is knocked down or something changes. So if we were to challenge this unit right here, if we were to try and push forward, obviously this guy is acting as a roadblock. So we could blitz him. Not sure why we would blitz him. It's also a 2 dice roll. We could kind of, I believe we could also set that up for an assist. We had to right click to click off of him, which is the most obnoxious thing. We move up. Let's see if we can get like an assist going. Assist. And like I said, I don't. Defender stumbles. Defender stumbles. Outstanding. We'll knock him off to the right. We're not going to follow up. Actually, we follow up and we get in that cage. So we follow up. We move our ball player. Ooh, that's what I want to talk about. That is so bad. And look how fast these are rolling. So it's rolling for, we're not sure what it's checking for. As a new player, I don't know what those dice are checking for at that moment in time. We don't know. Okay, so we're rolling to, I don't know if this cage is small, but that's a good little cage. When we knock someone down or when we move that check, that's something that needs to be explained to the player, either in the tutorial or the manual. We don't know really what we checked right there as a new player. I don't want to open up this left-hand side. So either way, these 2 dark elves over here are going to continue to harass us. I'm going to demonstrate a throw here in a moment. I wonder if we can like break through and kind of get a throw going. I also feel like that initial... No, we moved 3 units, right? Ooh, what do we get? We just dark... That's so, like... It doesn't have, like, the oomph behind it. Like, am I the only one who feels that way when, like, something... Oh, so you get, like, 2 checks. So if someone's in your square, you get multiple checks. I didn't know that. Right now, our ball carrier is currently exposed. What we could do is we could move to this right-hand side of the field. I'm not sure there's not a compass. But we could move towards this pitch and kind of just work our way that way. But we're mostly open, right? Can't we just run as fast as we can? And I don't know how far people move. Like, how do we define how far this unit moves? Obviously right here, but we don't understand these stats because we don't have a manual. There's stats right here that we will never understand unless we go spend $50 for the manual. And it sounds like I'm just dragging this game through, like, the dirt. But as a new player, or even a... I want to know, man. Like, that's my whole channel, is understanding and explaining these stats to people. So when I see this, I don't like it. Like, I don't know what that means. I don't know where to look that up other than to go Google a Bloodborne orc card. I need to go spend $50 on a manual. Fine. That's fine. We're going to move as far forward as we can. I don't think we're going to get a check going. Let's go. Ball carrier next. I think this is risky. We got to reset up the screen. So he can't go as far. How far can this guy go? So this is dangerous, right? We're losing a lot of our cage. Our cage is kind of dissipating, and they have 3 units that could really, really wreck our... So do we challenge this unit, try and take some of it down? Or so if I was this guy, right? If I was this Dark Elf player, how would I approach this box? That's what we need to figure out. If I was... And I only have 21 seconds to do it. All right, let's just shut it down. I don't want them coming up on our back. We're gonna get a check right there. We're gonna challenge this. 2 dice roll. I don't know what those other dice mean because we're gonna follow through. I want to get that check. And we're out of turns. All right, so what's going on is they're going to pull these 3 units to chase us down. This cage is gonna go. I wonder if we could throw for a touchdown. Currently, the AI is not going to engage us over here on this left-hand side. One, they're just trying to screen us right here. So as we run freely and openly, we could try and break and challenge these screens a little bit. I wonder if I've hit in turn. So I could have just... I don't know if I could have just kept going right there. Oh, it's 2 minutes per turn. The AI didn't make a move at all. So the AI is just... This is... What's the AI doing, dude? Can I just run? Oh, no, he's going now. All right, they continue to, like, put pressure on this cage. Ooh, that's not good. All right, let's do a quick little assessment. What can we do? Basically, we could run this guy through 2 sections. He gets double checked, or we bring him up here on the back. Put some pressure on them. Currently, we have 2 units not doing anything on the back. We're going to run as far down the middle as we can. They left us an open path. That's going to allow us to put pressure on this right-hand cage that's going on. I'm actually having a lot of fun trying to figure this out. We're going to do that. Opening up this left-hand side, don't really need that defense. We have 1 minute left to make this turn. So what do we do? How far can we run? Do we go for the throw? Do I demonstrate a throw just to demonstrate it, or do I actually play to win this round? Let me know down in the comments what the correct thing was to do. Because we're going to throw. I think throwing is really important. It allows us to explore some of the mechanics in Blood Bowl as we play. So we don't want to roll anything yet, so we can actually even choose to move into this unit and challenge. And this is all play with like 1 hand. Can you just move forward 1 step, please? Thank you. So we throw. We have 47 seconds for this decision. You run to end. Oh, does he have to? Is that going to be? Go, dude. Go, dude. Go, dude. Go. He performs a check. What happened? I don't know what a 1 means. Like, you don't... I don't know what this means. We just perform a team reroll? Like, is that better? So we... What does that 1 mean? Obviously, it meant something bad. Yes, go. Go. I don't know what that means. Throw it. And we get the touchdown right there, right? Kind of janky feeling. Especially once that pressure starts getting in after like 2 minutes a turn. It's fun, though. I like that little bit of pressure. I like that little single-player PvP pressure you get. So far, I'm really, really enjoying that. So it's turnover. Obviously, we have to defend now. Not really a good defender. Don't understand. Let's hit spacebar to continue. All right, so we set up our defense. We don't. All right, we're just going to take the default lineup. We don't know how to set the defense right now. We don't have a book that tells us the specific types of defenses. We don't know the resources right now. All right, so we choose a square to kick off. Do we do an onside kick that they did, or do we try and buy time, kick as far as we can because they need to go through 8 turns? Actually, 4 turns? So we made that on 4 turns. So is it better to, like, draw out the game? So it's turn 4. So is it 8 turns and 8 turns to the half, and then 8 more turns after that? We're probably just going to play the first 8 turns. We're going to show an offense and a defense. So right here we had another dice roll, pick up 2. Don't know what that means. Once again, really important to note. Is it my turn to move? So we could actually check this guy. Can we check that guy? No, it's their turn. They're just really slow. Like, that was like a 30-second wait. So I wish this would change color. Like, depending on the team, like orc, green, whatever, their turn, does that change color? Once it's our turn, we're going to figure out. They're setting up the cage for their player, obviously. That's the main tactic. I don't know if that feels repetitive long term. It feels interesting to me right now. So I don't know how people feel about that. Will that, to you, feel kind of repetitive? Where you're always like, all right, I have the ball, set up a cage. I have the ball, set up a cage. I have the ball, set up a cage. That's something I'm concerned about when I see a lot of this playing like that, is it seems like the default is always setting up a cage. Right? So what have we done? They've basically stacked all of their units over here on this right-hand side. I don't know their maximum move range, so I don't know how, if I wanted to fully commit to this right. So let's say this guy wanted to run all the way to the left, we could kind of do that. So what's our choice here? Can we start trying to break this cage? Obviously, it's super strength right here. So do we just set up a wall? They can pass right here. They can pass. They can't pass right here. They'll fumble right here, so they need to break through our front line. Do we want to allow them to get to the back line to set up a throw? Or do we want to kind of like encircle them and crush them a little bit? Let's think here. We don't want to open any holes. Let's move forward. Let's get the assist. Let's try and take that guy out. I want you to move. I want you to, that 1-to-1 space right there is going to shut things down. You're going to move up just a little bit. I don't want anyone getting through. These last two guys, they're going to point like one-man defense or whatever. One on one side, one on the other side. That's kind of just to set up the computer to be a little confused that they don't really have a way. And then we could kind of challenge one of these guys. So let's go right here. Obviously, once we do that challenge, what do we get right here? My dude, can you challenge that or no? No, you can't. You move up one. You can't do anything. So we should have. I wonder if we like pull this guy all the way over, we get that assist right there. So I don't think we have the ability to do anything right now. Obviously, I think this guy could like tackle. If I get off this, he could tackle this guy right here. It's just so clunky feeling. I don't know if I don't understand the mouse clicks right. It doesn't really explain them that well. Because I'm mostly just right clicking and left clicking. So we're basically stalling to the half. I think we get the ball on turnover. Don't know because there's no manual. We don't know if we get the ball. Maybe it's basic football, but I only watch the XFL. So this doesn't change color. That's what's confusing. Right there at the end of the day. That doesn't change color. They roll. Don't know what a 5 means, obviously. So it's a success. So what's a success and what's a failure? Or only one's failure, so they keep pulling up. He rolled a 6 and a 4. So is anything before a 4 a failure and anything above a 6? So they're getting really lucky. I don't even know if that's even like good to do. Like when do we challenge that statistic, right? So a 3, he still gets it. Don't know why that's a success. So basically our defense falling apart because dice rolls, right? But we don't know what those dice rolls mean. That's something to make note of. So every time they roll the dice, it's not explained. Dodge +2. We don't know what dodge +2 means. And I know, like, if you're an experienced Blood Bowl player, this all makes sense to you. Like, oh, that's +2. Oh, that move makes sense. Why as a player would you go through that? Like, why would you challenge 2 rolls right there? You challenge one right here, and you challenge one right here. Was that a smart play? Like, what are the odds of getting tripped or stumbled right there? It's something we can't really define right now. And look, like, they moved their ball owner right up here. So do we blitz, right? I mean, we don't even need to blitz. We could just set up the assist right here. Is it my turn or is it their turn? It's their turn still. What's going on here? Whose turn is it? It's my turn. Jesus, guys. They got like some force field going on? So I don't know why I can't click on that unit. I'm not going to lie to you. What's this? What do these mean? Block this unit skill allows player to block those who... Okay. I have 2 minutes to like view this. Okay, guys, developers, Cyanide, as a new player, like, please, this needs to be explained. This needs to change right here, like 100%. That can't be the same color for both sides. I'm sorry. I know I've like I reiterated that like 10 times now, and I sound like a broken record. That can't be the same color for both sides ever at all. It's bad UI design. Also, there needs to be a manual. There needs to be a basic save. If I hit escape and I get like angry right now and I want to go take a walk, I'm not angry. Like obviously, I'm having fun. I can't save. I can't. I'm stuck in this game for the next 40 minutes. We're getting. Why did the AI also move from their cage? They spent the time over here setting up a perfect cage. And then he challenged me. He like dropped the ball right there. That makes no sense. And I don't know if the AI if there's a difficulty setting. Right? I have 2 open orcs right here who would just freely pick that up. I don't know what that means. So he stumbled on 4, right? He stumbled on 4 -2. Why are we -2 right there? And why is he +4? All right, so no one can catch. I mean, that's corny. That's funny. But obviously there was a better play right there. So currently there's no ball up. If we pick this ball up now, obviously we can't because there's so much to go through. Right, but we could, if we wanted to, go like that. If we wanted to run, challenge, pick up the ball with 1 minute 48 to go. All right, so we got a 5 -2. Why do we have a -2? And I just as a new player, do we just take the throw? All right, so they're running this way. So obviously we can, I mean, we could go like this. I mean, how do we set this up, right? We have no, do we challenge this, set up a cage? Do we move you up there? Whatever, didn't see that guy. Move you up there. Then we set up our assist, right? Oh, no, I wanted to blitz that guy. What's that do? No, escape. All right, what does this do if I go? I can't challenge that guy. Why can't I challenge that guy? Big unblocker. I guess he's only a blocker. Can this guy blitz him? Yeah, let's take it. So now you have the assist function. How does assist function? Ooh, what's this? Both down, attacker down. We just take the both down, right? Then we don't know why we check a dice roll right there. Why do we check dice roll? Oh, because we don't know if he's like dead or dying. And then we take the throw, right? Can you take the throw? And then if you hold down, you can kind of do things. I always forget there's a hold down function. We're going to try. There we go. End of turn. I don't think that timer works. It's not like forcing that turnover. I don't know if I was like mid-activation or what. So obviously this guy's like in a terrible... Oh, I had 2 guys right here I could have challenged. Oh, and he stood up. I guess we could have kind of caused some havoc down here. So they're going to like set up the assist to knock this guy down. That's exactly what's going to happen. Pow. Offender stumbles. Do you take the pow right there? No, you take the knockdown. And then they move for the ball. So what'd we do wrong? Like, obviously this setup was good because we were getting ready to set things up. We could have blitzed that guy. Him getting knocked down was really unfortunate. I think this was our mistake not challenging right here. I wonder what we could have done better. Also, like some units, there's a lot of visual prompts missing, and they're really good at dodging. These guys are, and now they're resetting up their cage, right? And all our defenders over here on the right-hand side, basically harassing this dude. He finally gets knocked down, gets the check. Don't know what we check. We get the turnover. That's halftime. All right, 1-0. So far, final first impressions. I am having fun. Graphically, really janky. The pitches look really good. The lack of a manual, especially in this type of game, really, really, really bad. The lack of a basic save feature, really, really, really bad. Prioritizing PvP, bad, I guess. I mean, the AI is a bit wonky. If you want to challenge me in PvP and just kind of talk me through how to play, actually, don't talk me through. I want to rub your face in the dirt. I'm aggressive, man. All right. Cool, I guess. I know the single player is mainly just play through a bunch of single player leagues. You can kind of set up your own league. There's still no replay features. There's no community features right now. There's no spectator mode. If you want to see more Blood Bowl, let me know. This video felt really boring to me. I really want to just explain more of what I'm doing, but the lack of a save feature, because I don't want to sit here and ramble for 45 minutes. I want to like ramble, break, talk, make nice videos for you guys. Don't really understand any of these buttons. I also don't have a way to look them up to see what they mean. And that's just my final opinion. For $30, do I think it's worth it? I mean, yeah, I guess. Like, it's $30. I mean, some people, that's a lot. If you don't have $30, don't buy it. If $30 is just, this looks like something you'd play, buy it. If you want, don't buy the Brutal Edition. Don't buy it. You only get one cosmetic for one unit. And I'm going to say unit because I play a lot of military games. I don't know. This feels like a terrible first impressions video, but peace out, guys. Like, comment, subscribe.